Hey, you guys, how's it going today? Today, I'm going to be setting up a game controller. This is actually the cheapest one that's on Amazon at the time. It's like 12 or 13 bucks. There's a link to it. There should be in this video description already, a link to that. And I will give it a few minutes for you guys to check in, at least a few of you, before we really go into that and get started, jump in all the way. So, thank you guys for dropping in already pretty early on today, right when we started. Let me know who all's here if you can in the chat over there on the side. And today we do have, if I connect over here, I'm going to just share my screen and play with the hand controller for a minute, and then I'll get in to show you how to set it up in OpenBuilds, because it's not the easiest thing to do. I'll admit that. Let me do this real quick here. All right. I'm going to jump over here and connect to this CNC. You could see it over my shoulder here. That's the one I'm connected to right now. There's a few other on this card over here that are kind of stacked up. But let me make sure. And that's the thing too, is I'm going to do like a graphic of this. That way, if I ever forget which keys do what, I can just refer to that real quick, that graphic. And because right now I've got to refer to two different programs to really make sure that I know which buttons do what. But rather than crashing it, I'm going to cheat over here and go ahead and just lift this up the old way. And then, I don't know if you heard the Z-axis, but it moved up a little bit there. We can, let's see if we can do this. Gonna try something crazy here. This one. Oh yeah. There we go. There we go. Over my shoulder a little bit. All right. So when I drive the controller, this is going to be tough. One of these ways. Oh, it helps to turn it on, doesn't it? Hold on. Let me grab that cable for it, because it is a Bluetooth, but I was having a problem connecting this one to my laptop. It connects fine to my desktop down below, but that one wouldn't. It doesn't have all the software I need, and the camera's hooked up to do the live stream. Let me grab that cable that I had for this, and we'll jump right into that part, because that's not going to work if I can't show you on the actual setup there. I think there's one inside my house. There we go. I think it has to do with the age of my laptop and the fact that I've got one too many other things plugged into it. Anyway, I'm going to plug this in real fast. And then it should work as a wired controller. Again, if you buy the cheapest controller on Amazon, there's a possibility the Bluetooth feature might not work with every computer, you know? All right, let's connect back over here to the CNC once again. And I'm able to jog it. It is in incremental mode, so you have to wait for it to move a second. And I did set up hotkeys to be able to change it in and out of incremental mode as well. We're over here with the... Yeah, so that's how that game controller, there's a bunch of other functions that I program into it, and I'll kind of get into that as well. You can even program the button to be able to there's the camera, to be able to probe directly by pressing a button if you wanted to do that as well. Now, it's not a directly set up feature to do that. You have to set up one of the macros in order for it to do that first, because then you can assign hotkeys to the macros. Go over here to edit. I think a couple weeks ago I talked about setting up macros, and if you set up keyboard shortcuts to the macros, you can then assign those keyboard shortcuts to the buttons on the hand controller, and then have the hand controller perform these macros for you, like parking in a position via just pushing a simple button, or going to a clamp location, a jig location like this, just by pressing one button on the game controller. All right, so I'm going to jump back over. Actually, I lost the chat, so I don't know if you guys are typing anything. Oh, there's a handful of things typed. Hey, you guys can actually hear me, hopefully. That's cool. Scott, you have arrived. Yeah. We actually got the pop-up chat working today if I actually click on this stuff and go through. Hey, is that Dawn? I'm going to guess maybe your last name is Kale? Is it French? Calais? Dad's RC Workbench. Hey, yeah, I mean, the CNCs are pretty cool. I mean, you're doing RC cars or planes, I'm guessing. There's a number, or even drones. There's a number of people that are using them to, even the desktop smaller ones, to carve carbon fiber for frames for that sort of stuff. In multiple groups that I'm in, different brand CNCs doing that sort of stuff, you know. Let me jump back over here real quick. Ooh, there we go. Hey, John and Casey. It's nice to see you guys here today. There's a handful of people, you know. Usually it's just a couple that want to talk. Anyway, RC cars, yeah. You mentioned 3D printers. I have a few over there. I tend to keep there's one running right now in the background, but I tend to try to keep this channel related to CNC and off the 3D printer stuff for my own purposes. There's too many people that if I go in the weeds of too many things, people are going to see a video and just not be interested, but because they don't care about 3D printing, or they're into 3D printers but not CNCs. You know how that goes, right? So, but yeah, using the 3D printers, I mean, you're only going to get so much strength from a 3D printed part as opposed to a CNC out of a thinner aluminum or out of a carbon fiber stock material, right? But I got to hook up with Mod Labs. There's a channel called a YouTube channel called Mod Labs, and he's actually here, somewhat local to me. He used to be a little bit closer, moved a little bit further away, but he does a lot of 3D printing stuff. Oddly enough, I was having some problems with it, and searched for a video and found him. But he's a cool guy. But I knew about him before, but ran into one of his videos recently through there. But yeah. Anyway, I'm going to jump into this. We'll share this guy here again. And actually, we have a different camera view. There we go. That way you can hopefully see the game control up there. It's doing this flashing. Oh, it's charging. That's why. Yeah. So hopefully you can see my computer screen well enough where you are. Actually, let's just jump over straight into that. And then, so in order to do this using OpenBuilds, which is my preferred software, UGS has a little bit easier way of doing this. And if you want to see how to set up a game controller on UGS, then jump on over to James Dean Designs channel. He's gone through the setup over there in UGS. He does a great job in that UGS software a lot. Personally, I like OpenBuilds due to the, I would say, like more space-aged layout of the software here. I feel like it's got a better 3D viewing platform when you do upload a G-code in here to see that. But let's just do that for fun, right? And then some of the other layout aspects of it, I just like a little bit better. This is just going to be the perimeter cut, so that's going to look a little A little funky, right?